Hi everyone. Welcome everyone to the live. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day and has had an even better 3 day weekend. So welcome to the live everyone. Welcome in. I'm going to give YouTube just a few minutes to sending out notification to everyone. So welcome in everyone. Welcome. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Wonderful day. It has been really nice here in my city. So welcome in everyone. Welcome. Who do I have the pleasure? Okay. Hi. Thank you. How are you today? Mm, Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Welcome in, guys. So I'm so excited to get this video started. Hey, Pascal. Good morning, Ma. Good morning, Pascal. I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. How are you? Hope everything is going well with you, Pascal. How is the restaurant business coming along? Did you get the information that I sent you? I hope it was helpful, first of all. It was just me doing some basic research just to give you um, some a stepping stone just to look into, or some information to look into to see if they had any resources, or if they had any um, outreach or financial help that they could offer you or suggest you to. So I hope everything is going well. I hope it was helpful in however small way. So yeah, guys, if you coming in, double tap the screen, show your girl some love and all of that good stuff. Pastor, I have not heard from you in about a month. So I hope everything is going well over there in Lagos, Nigeria. So how's the weather over there, Pastor? Good. So yeah, guys, I wanted to get into this topic about when people show you who they are, believe them the first time, and when you come, or when you accept that they have shown you your true colors, just be strong enough and walk away. So I'm gonna give you a backstory to why this means so much to me, or why I think this is important. I wanted to share with you, especially with me on my journey of healing, on my journey of really just tapping into my identity, really just trying to make sure that the people that are in my environment, or that are in my my space, means me well, that they are supportive. So it's really important to me that I have the people that are in my space or in my life that are supportive, that are loving, that are encouraging, that are motivated. You know what I'm saying? They really have my back. But when you are blindsided by the least person that you think that's in your corner, and this blindsided comes out of left field, you know that so and so maybe have the propensity to backstab you, or do this, or betray you, or whatever. But when you are truly blindsided by the least person that you expect, well, throw you under the bus, or stab you in the back, or not have the right intentions for your growth, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, people that you really think are supporting you on your journey. And when you are blindsided like that, and you are taken aback, you like, okay, that's what's up. What do you do when you are blindsided by people that you thought they had your best interest at heart? People that you have gone out of the way to encourage, to motivate, to do good deeds towards, not expecting anything back. But these people that you were happy to help when they were in need, The people that when they called you, you answered, or when they needed your help. But when you are blindsided by the least of these, it really makes you just sit back and ponder, well, hell, if they say, the cliche, keep your friends close and your enemy closer. But today for me, it's really hard to kind of tear them apart because everybody's wearing a mask. Everybody is sending their representative. Again, you think that these people are your friends. You think they are your mentors. You think they, have all of these good deeds and these good intentions towards you. So you're really not really trying to put everybody in the same box or in the same category. But when it comes out of left field, it really just make you sit back and ponder where loyalty lies, or do we people even value loyalty, friendship, camaraderie? Do people really value, really having, the right people in their corner, or, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you? I think today we are in such a me society, me and my for and no more. Even if that means, throwing someone under the bus or going behind that person back that has, gave you their trust and has gave you their loyalty. If it push came to shove, you would even stab them in the back. And it is just what it is. So I'm gonna give you the backstory, and I'm gonna tell you there are always red flags. And in hindsight, me looking back now, I saw the red flags, but I just chose to, this is just one incident. They really didn't mean it like this, or, they came with an excuse to, hey, maybe they said, I'm going to get you, the next time. They knew they owed you something for a job that maybe you did for them or whatever. But when I tell you guys, this incident really blindsided me, and it made me feel some type of way. And when it came to her head, what I had to do, I had to walk away from that situation. I had to resign from that situation. I had to put me first, because what I wasn't going to do is allow you to betray me, to intentionally try to keep financial gains from me, to intentionally not care the work that I was doing for this organization, not caring if this stuff didn't unfold the way that it unfolded. You really just didn't give a darn care, how that affected me financially, with all the 2 years of work that I did for this organization for free, me and my team. So let me give you the backstory, what I'm talking about, so you can be like, what in the is she talking about? So when I said that I was blindsided by this person, and I thought, when all of this came about, I thought the person that really stood in my financial, me having a financial gain from this situation, the person that I thought that voted against me was actually the person that wanted me to have a financial compensation for the work that I was doing for their organization. And the one that really just voted against me and really just stabbed me in the back was the one that was my go-to person. They were in my corner, whatever I needed, whatever I ordered, whatever me and my team needed, they were there. It was no question asked. Even if I went over budget, I got what I wanted. This person made sure that my events went out smoothly and that I was not going to have any mishap. They were making sure that everything that I need to make this thing a success for the community was met. And that was the person that I did free jobs for, that I had lunch at their house with him and his wife, that I did free, jobs for outside of the organization with my own personal business, that I did free work for, that I even did work for, and he never compensated me for. And he knew up front that I was not doing this for free. I don't work for free like that. I'm an entrepreneur. So I can't do all of my business or my doings with you, you know what I'm saying, for absolutely free. So the backstory is I'm an event planner and coordinator for my HOA community. So if he sees this, then you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know that I'm talking about you. You know that you um, did me and my team very, very, not nicely. You were the least of the persons that I thought would vote against me and my team to be compensated for our work, for our good deeds, for going beyond, and above of what we had signed up for. So all of this means so much to me because, again, the journey that I'm all about healing. I'm all about encouraging, motivating, uplifting, and showing up for people who need me, and being a person that people can rely on, that they can depend on, that they can trust. All of those values and all of those attributes means so much to me, and I literally literally takes them very, very serious. My loyalty to people, my name, my credibility, my work ethic, all of that stuff I take very, very serious. So when someone come in and smack you and blindside you, it really just make you sit and ponder, well, who else in my circle, or who else, in my environment, or people that I've allowed into my comfort zone, or I've allowed into my sacred space. Who else do I need to be side-eyeing and wondering what they are doing and saying behind closed doors to my detriment? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really, really important for us to take inventory of people that are in our sacred spaces, and that are on our word. Let me see. They are in our sacred places, and they are you've allowed them to play a part in your life, where other people you have not allowed to, play a part in your life or be beneficial in your life, because you picked them a long time ago. But this really blindsided me, because the work that my team and I did for our HOA community was, when I tell you I was all in and I was hands on, rain, snow, or sleet, my team made sure from A to Z that we were thorough, that we were on point, that we made sure that whatever we started, we finished with a big bang. And not only that, that the community and enjoyed themselves, that the community partook, and they walked away feeling like they were a part of what events and what endeavors we had presented to them and to their families. So it came up for my team and I to go before the board of our HOA community. And we did, to be honest and fair and transparent, we did start this endeavor out as volunteer. But I think what happened in that 2 year span is that it grew so fast, and we were doing things and sacrificing time with our children and our families, and recitals and baseball games and ballet things. We were sacrificing all of this for the sake of bridging the communities together. You know what I'm saying? So when it came time for my team and I to go before our HO board to ask for compensation for our time, whatever that looked like, whatever that, whatever, if even if we had to negotiate a fee, be compensated other ways, we were never compensated with a card, or they always say thank you, but with any other things above thank you, we were never compensated. And we grew these endeavors in our community from 0 to over 300 people coming out to our event in any given time, for over 2 years. So we didn't think it was being unreasonable that we asked for a meeting for us to come to some sort of agreement to renegotiate our stance in what we were providing, not only for the HOA, but for the community. We only felt it was fair. Um, but I later found out, they discussed it or whatever. And not only am I the event coordinator and planner for it, but I'm also on the board. So I do two jobs in um, this thing that we were a part of. But when I tell you that the person that blindsided me, that I thought had my back, that I thought that was my, whatever I wanted, whatever we needed, if we went over budget, you got it, no question asked, I don't care. We just got your back. He was just that type of person. So when it came up for review, for them to gather together to decide if they were going to compensate me and my team for what we were contributing and what we was doing for our HO community. The person that I thought that had my back and that would not have voted against what we were asking, which wasn't unreasonable, was the one that vehemently said no. So all out of all the people that could have voted against, even the president, I thought, for sure it was going to be the president. He's hard, he's stern, he's fair, and he always let me do what I wanted to do, all this kind of stuff. And he was also, whatever you wanted, you got it, blah, blah, all that good stuff. So I thought maybe he would have given us some pushback, but no, it was not the president. It was the person that was the vice president, that was who I knew had my back, or would go over the president's head and really kind of persuade him if I went over budget or we needed extra stuff or whatever. He was the one that made sure that my event came together and that the community, was happy and pleased with whatever we was doing in that season. So the least person that I thought, the one who home I was going, all right, I never been to the president's home, but besides picking up products from Amazon or other companies we was ordering things from, or exchanging things like that. But the one that I was most tapped in with was the one who said no. And his reasoning was, and this person, I'm telling you, people are so bold now, and I'm really trying to be nice about how I'm trying to put all of this out, because I really, really think it's really, really important for you on your journey when you come across these people that you cut them loose fast, quick, in a hurry, because if they would do that to you, no telling what else they would do to you when you thought that you could depend on them, that you trusted them. They met your family, you've been to their home, you've eaten lunch together, you did all of these little miscellaneous things together. So when these backstabbing, what, are the ones that stab you in the back and take you down because they don't want to see you get financial compensated for your blood, sweat, and tears that you are putting together. Not only would it benefiting them, because although they knew that I was the one that's planning and doing all this stuff, of course, your parents gonna always get, your kids did a good job. They always, got patted on the back, because even though we were we were doing all these things, of course they're gonna, pat the president on the back saying he did a good job and all of this. Just like with your children, when they go out and they do something, it's a win-win for the parents. Oh, you got good parents that have raised good children. You're so mannerable. You're so polite. You're all of this stuff. So those kind of little sweet accolades always reflects back on the parents. So everything we did, of course, they knew we were the face of it. It always reflected back on the president and those people of that nature. So when this ninja, no, I'll take that back, because he's not a ninja. But when this person told me he was the one that voted against me, and he said it right to my face, why should you get compensated for something and I never got compensated for any of the things that I've done in the role that he plays? Well, first of all, sir, it's my personal problem if you never, in the 20 plus years or whatever you've been in this committee, committed, this organization, and you've never felt your worth was anything, you never felt you was valuable, to ask for compensation, to ask for whatever it is that you felt like you needed from the organization, from the top tiers in this organization, then that's your problem. I know my value. I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. I know all that makes me me, and what I do with my hands. My gifts is my hand. My mouth is my hand. My mouth is my it's not my mouth like that, but I do a lot of speaking, so I'm not afraid to use my chakra, my throat chakra. Is what I meant to say. That I'm vocal. That I'm not afraid to speak in public. That my hands and my gifts and my abilities, how I make my financial gains. So just because you don't know your value, your worth, and you sat there for 20 plus years and then come to the table to ask for, to be compensated, or to even ask for whatever, then that's not on us. There shouldn't be a reflection on us. But just because, and let me just throw this in there. Now I'm you can see what color I am. Everybody else is of a lighter hue, this color. So, but the people on my team was myself, another person of my color, and one other person that was this color. And we had a candid conversation. My team was very candid, very transparent with each other. And they told me from the beginning, when we all was new to meeting each other, when we came into this organization, and she told me, she said, let me tell you, T, you are very vocal. You are very, you don't mind speaking. You don't mind saying what's on your mind. And I'm telling you now that these older, lighter hue people are not used to women of color. Women that's going to stand and say whatever they need to say with authority, with class, with etiquette, speaking the way that you speak. They're not going to be too fond of that. So she told me, and I'm like, girl, no, not them, because they came off as cool. They came off as, that they were, all about community, that they was not the R word, ended with a T. So they came off as that. They said, I'm telling you, you are very vocal, and you are very, a matter of fact, in their face. They're not going to like that. Even my husband said that. So I just like, no, I don't think so. I think y'all got them wrong. Especially the one that I thought had my back. Y'all just misunderstanding them. Girl. See, they're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. They're not going to like it at all. I'm telling you now. And that you're a black female, you know the rules, you've studied their bylaws, you've read all of this stuff coming on board, you always questioning things, you always wants to raise your hand in a meeting and ask this, and you want to know where these monies is going to, why is this important? You just coming on board in an organization where these people are set in their ways. They are old people, like in the 50, 60, and 70 years old, and here you coming in questioning everything. You are challenging everything. Not challenging, but I just want to know, what's going on? Why is this important? Coming on the board, coming on. I feel like I had a right to answer, and I'm a part of the board now. You all voted me in. So I'm going over the finances and everything. I want to know what's going on. That's the reason why I joined, because I want to know what's going on. I'm just a resident or just a member of this community, so I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. That's one of the reasons why I joined, because I want to know what's going on. Where the money going into? We don't see things going on or happening, or changing or updating or upgrading. So it's the reason why I joined. It's the reason why we volunteer. Starting off to be, I had experience, and I was event coordinator with my own entrepreneurship, doing, balloon and other decorated things in my own entrepreneur line. So I wanted to know. They told me, Tracy, they're not going to like that. You just coming in and you just sit back and just, no, I'm not sitting back and doing anything. I'm really here I'm a part of this community, and I want to be a voice for the community. I want to know what's going on because I've been over here 18 plus years, haven't seen no progress, no nothing. So I'm all about, the people, right? Seriously, I really was about the people. I started a website for the community and all of that, to be engaging and all of that, to let the people know what's going on. And they were reaching out to me more than they were the presidents. And he was like, what's really going on? These people calling and asking you questions like you the president of this junk. Okay, with that being said, I did not take in consideration what my team member was saying, that they were going to give you pushback. They were not going to, they were going to hee ha ha and all of that to smooth you over, to do whatever. But at the end of the day, you stay in your lane, you stay in your place. You can say a little here, say a little there, but know your place. First of all, I don't have a place. That's the first thing. I don't have a place. I am a human person, a human being, and if you all welcome me into this organization, and I've learned about laws, I've learned the rules, and I have a right to answer, to ask questions, to know what's going on, and all of that stuff. All that being said, but I really was told when we talked amongst each other, my group and I, that you can come in and run and run for his seat and take it, and the community will vote for you. That's just how much they thought that I was contributing to the organization or to the HOA. That's how the community felt. That's how my team felt. That if you ran for that seat, the community would absolutely vote for you and give it to you. All of that being said, family, this person, when my team and I submitted a letter to the board, and we was absolutely smacked in the face. What really took us aback is that they did not even want to sit down and have a meeting with us. They did not want to come and discuss, or even, let's go back and forth to see what we can work out. You all have been fantastic. You all have gone above and beyond the call of duty. The community is reaching out. The residents are reaching out. Other communities are seeing what you are doing online. Y'all have got our Facebook going. Y'all have got our next door going. And y'all girls y'all are on point. So when I tell you that I was so disappointed that they didn't even want to meet with us, to even sit down and have a dialogue about what we could work out or what they could offer us in exchange for our time and our labor. And what I'm learning, what I've learned on my journey, is that one thing you cannot get back is your time. Time is your greatest commodity. And with that being said, as I said in the beginning, I sacrificed so many recitals or ballet things for my daughter, and so did the other people on my team. We just sacrificed so much because we was really, we was just excited to see everything growing and people coming on board, and they was excited and all of that stuff. But after 2 years, we wanted to renegotiate our free terms. We wanted to negotiate our free terms and say, wait a minute now. Even if we had to, me, because they weren't on the board, even if I had to step out of that role and you hire us on as a independent contractor, and you hire us as independent coordinators for the HOA, then I was willing to step down off both of those positions to do that, because at this point I wasn't really, none of us was willing. At this point I got 3 more people on my team, so it was 4 of us. So at this point, for 2 years, for the first 3 of us that started out, we was just like, everybody was like, at this point, I'm an entrepreneur, so if I ain't hustling and getting my finance in, I'm just not gonna get no money. So I knew, and they knew, one of us a mother homemaker, and the other was employed. But you know, at some point in time, you can only do this for so long. And I didn't think it was unreasonable. Other people on the board that we ran this by before we submitted it to the president didn't think it was unreasonable. They thought we was already being financially compensated for what we was doing, and we wasn't. So again, I say all of that, that it is so imperative to know the people that you are involved with, the people that you think are supportive, the people that you think has your best interest at heart, the people you think that are patting you on the back and smiling in your face and eating lunch with you, you know, if push came to shove, you know, that they would have your back. They see your worth. They see your value, even if you don't. Trust and believe. They saw the value that I was bringing to the table. They knew my worth, and because I knew that, and I now was making them even more aware than they already were. I already know they were, because I know me, and I know what I do, and I do it very well. And I don't have step and have hardly bring any of that to the table. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it with integrity. I'm gonna do it with authenticity. I'm gonna put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? So guys, yeah, let me just stop and say this. If you are coming in for the first time, don't forget to double tap the screen. Show your girl some love. Thumbs up the video if you're coming in or you're watching on playback. Turn on your notifications so you'll be notified, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to support your girl. But I thought it was really, really important for you to bring this story to the community, to the family, because regardless of what journey you're on, whether it's your spiritual journey, whether it's your self-care journey, your emotional journey, your spiritual journey, whatever journey you're on. For me, I am intentional about the people that I'm inviting into my space. I'm very intentional about loyalty, about trust. That people mean what they say and they say what they mean, that you don't have to question if they really got your back. You don't have to sit and wonder at night when, you know, y'all not in each other company. Are they talking behind your back? Are they repeating conversations or things that maybe you have spoken to them in privacy? You don't want those type of people in your space or in your environment. That's just another thing you have to worry about. And for me, I just rather just not even deal with it, because I'm going to tell you up front what type of person I am, my boundaries, and I'm going to reciprocate that. Because at this juncture, I'm real grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm real grown. And so I really don't have the energy. I don't have the time to waste people and foolishness as I did maybe in my 20s and 30s, when you're just growing and you're learning yourself and your identity and all of that. But as you get older, you really get settled and you really are serious about things, about your life and your journey and all of that. It's really imperative that for me, I'm going to speak for me, my experience and all of that. It's really important for me that I know the people that I have in my space or in my environment, that they are loyal and they are trustworthy and they are dependable, because I'm giving you that same energy. Trust me, I'm a very loyal friend, and I would give you the shirt on my back and I would do anything for you. But one thing I would not accept is disloyalty, and I would not accept trust. Now, we may go through some little ups and downs with friendships and all that stuff. You know, you do that, but at some juncture, at some point in that relationship, you know that person habits, you know their boundaries, you know their likes, you know their dislikes, you know what to say, what not to say. Just being respectful of the relationship that you are building or that you have built. You are just respectful of that person, and you want, that person to give you the same in return, right? So guys, when I tell you, when this man told me, why should you, he didn't say that, but that's exactly what he meant. That's exactly what he meant towards me. Why should you be compensated when I'm not being compensated. And he said, no hard feelings. And I said, none taken. But I tell you what, this is the last day of me giving my self-worth to you, my value to you, my energy to you, my time to you, my sweat and tears to you, me sacrificing, things that I shouldn't have sacrificed for you, me doing 3 entrepreneur things for you outside of the HOA and all that. This is the last time that you will have to, at this point, I already knew that it was way beyond using people or using people for their talents and their gifts and their ability when after 2 years you didn't even have the inkling or just the wherewithal to say, hey, here's a thank you card, here's a gift card, here's a, you know, just something to say we appreciate you. We know you girls, you girls, y'all doing the darn thing. Y'all, we can't tell y'all nothing. Y'all are on point. Y'all doing this. Y'all running it. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Not one time in 2 years. So if I'm wrong, fam, you all let me know if I'm the one that's out of pocket and I'm looking at this wrong, because when I stepped, my team stepped as well. So it was a unified decision when I stepped down. We had already discussed if they was not going to come to the table and to negotiate or to talk with us, that this was our unified decision, was to, step away, turn in our keys and do what we needed to do. I was going to do that regardless. If they wanted to stay, it was totally up to them, but I'd already made up my mind what I was going to do, right? So if I'm out of pocket, if I'm wrong, if I had seen this thing wrong, you guys let me know. But I absolutely do not believe that. And again, when you are blindsided by the least, the least of the person that you thought that would betray you is the jackal that betrayed you. Not the one that you knew would. I know she would do it. I knew he would do it. But you, I didn't think you would do it. And you are the main corporate that did it. And what that has taught me is that everyone is not loyal like you. Everyone don't have the integrity that you have. People are what is so much going on in this world. And I understand people are hurting. I understand people are going through all types of trauma, that people are just bombarded with life and everything that's going on. But that should not directly affect you showing integrity towards people, treating people the way that you want to be treated, not undercutting people, not maliciously hindering people's finances or financial gain because you are not getting financial gain, and because you're not getting it, you don't want to see the next person's getting it as well. So to be just malicious like that, and to have not, like, I don't care attitude about it, what it is, and no hard feelings what he said to me about it, no, take it. This be the last day that you would siphon my energy. This will be the last time that I do anything free for you. You know you owe me for 3 jobs that I did for you as a notary. You know that. Only one was free. The other 2 you knew, oh, I got you. And because, again, these people are older, like 70s and stuff, you like these, older people, you don't want to disrespect your older people. But those older people, sometimes they are cutthroat, baby. They don't give a care. And they don't show no mercy sometimes. So treat people the way you want to be treated. Show people the loyalty and the respect that you want. If you want that, then be the type of person that is giving that same energy. Don't give people this nasty, messed up, unequally yoked energy and expect not to expect that back. And I'm not going to dish out what you dish me. I'm just going to walk away from it because I can't afford to trade energies like that with you. So I'm going to keep my good energy, but I'm just going to cut you off altogether. So it's not going to be a tick for tack. It's not going to be you did me and I'm going to do you. I'm going to do you one better, and I'm going to totally walk away and cut you off. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that, guys, to say just be aware, especially again, whatever type of journey you're on. And if it really means to you, if it means mentally, emotionally, physically, if all of that is important to you, then it's equally important to have people on your journey with you that you don't have to worry about is going to undercut you, that are going to do manipulative things behind your back, are going to do manipulative things, with other people against you to try to stop you, to try to hinder you. You know what I'm saying? In whatever areas that may be, whether it is seeing you grow, seeing you mature, seeing you coming into your higher self, seeing you, living your best life, seeing you being happy, seeing you being joyful. If these people don't have this type of energy to give you, to uplift you, to push you, to propel you, baby, cut them off. Just walk away. What you do not want to do is trade that same energy with you, because karma is a bee. That's all I got to say. Karma is a bee. And she bring her sister MF with her. You know what I'm saying? So don't go out in these streets thinking that you are being slick, thinking you, because you older, or you old, however you want to put it, that you're getting away with things, especially when that person has done nothing to you, when that person has gone beyond and above, to be equally nice to you, friendly with you, or kind to you, and when you think no one is looking, or when you think no one is hearing you or seeing you, you out, having all types of not nice things to say against them or about them, or trying to undercut them or undermine them or stop their money flow, or currency or whatever. So just be aware, guys, of people. Don't think that everybody I'm not saying to go now start doing inventory of everybody in your life and all of that, but I'm saying just be aware of the red flags, because I did see red flags, when he wasn't paying me for the personal jobs outside of this that I was doing for him, when he reneged on things that myself and another team member did for him that he was supposed to compensate us for, that he did. So I saw a little bit of, red flags, he making all of little, remarks and comments, and you just let them fly over your head, you know what I'm saying? You don't really just put a lot into it. You peeped it, but it wasn't even worth you, you know, getting all bothered about it. Maybe I discussed it with my husband. I peeped, he said this, maybe he didn't mean it that way, I peeped, she said they're trying to throw shade and be slick. And you just brush it off, or you just make an excuse for, you know what I'm saying? But no, when you see those red flags, regardless of what those red flags are pertaining to, don't just turn a blind eye, and then when it smack you in the face, you are totally taken aback or caught off guard, or your feelings are hurt, or you can't believe so-and-so did this, you can't believe so-and-so said this, you can't believe you did this for so-and-so, you watched their children, you babysat, you grown, did all these, errand for them, you done all this stuff, and then when they undercut you, your feelings are hurt. No, we saw the red flags and we just chose to ignore them. We just chose to chalk it up as, that's just salad being salad. That's just Bob being Bob. No, absolutely not. I would not give you a pass of being disloyal to me. I would not give you a pass of betraying me. I would not give you a pass of trying to undercut me, or trying to do harm to me, or, wish it back. I mean, I do not give you a pass. If your intentions towards me are pure and they are not at the highest level, you do not get a pass, and you do not get an opportunity to be in the presence of me. Point blank, period. You do not. And if that has happened in the past, it would no longer happen going forward, because my time, my energy, my space, my mental, my physical, all of those things are important to me, and I value those. And when any one of those are off balance, or any one of those are attacked, you know how hard it is to get back on board, and how hard it is sometimes to regroup and regain, and just to get your senses and your wherewithal all back together. It takes too much to fall off and get back on, all because you're supposed to be the friend that you're not supposed to be, not because you betrayed me. I'm supposed to forgive you and everything is cool again. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, but today I cannot afford to have people in my space that whose intentions aren't good for me, towards me. And you make it plain and clear. You say it is what it is. Peep that. I get it. It is what it is. And you don't see a smile on my face. I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to wish you all the best there is. Deuces. But the trains and the bucks stop here. So guys, if you are coming in for this first time, double tap that screen for your girl. I did. I laid this down. I did. Tap the screen for your girl. Double tap. Thumbs up the video. If you're watching on a playback, y'all go on and subscribe to this channel. Help me go on and get these little 500 subscribers out the way, so I can go on and get my watch hours and monetization, all of that stuff. Because I come on here and I absolutely love my channel. Growing authentically. I show up for my community because I know how hard it is to find a tribe and a community that you trust, that is authentic. And I wanted to create this space for people to be able to come to share, to get maybe good advice, to get support, or to get a listening ear if that's what you need, or to vent or whatever, in a place that's not going to judge you or going to betray you and all that kind of stuff. So I show up because this is more than just content to me. I say it all the time. I feel like this is a calling. It is a calling for me. I've been doing motivation, uplifting, inspiring, motivating people my whole entire life. So I absolutely, with that being said, love coming on here and making content for you guys. So I just ask for your support. To double tap. If you just chime in, double tap the screen, thumb up the video, even you watch it by mistake, tapped in, give it a thumbs up, turn on your notification. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off of here, but just be aware that there are hurting people out there that don't mind hurting other people just because they think they can, or just because they're hurting. I get that. But is there something that someone has done to you? Bring it to their attention. If someone has maybe said something that they didn't mean it in the context or the way that it was said or it was perceived, put on your big girl undies or your big boy undies and go and make that thing right. Because at the end of the day, if it means us just coming together to just agree to disagree and walk away in harmony, that's all good too. I'd rather walk away in harmony and saying that we squash whatever it is that needs to be squashed, or discuss whatever needs to be squashed, misunderstanding, miscommunication, so that we can walk away with a clean slate. Because I don't need all of that karma. I don't need all of that negative energy. I don't need all that negative whatever. I don't need it. I don't want it. That's not what I'm about. That's not my life. That's not my lane. I don't want all of that stuff. So with that being said, get it, don't feel bad by cutting people off. Don't feel bad about walking away and throwing your deuces up and say, this is not good for me. It's not good for you. No foul, no harm. But at this juncture and at this point in this journey of our life, it's just not meant for us to be at this pace, in this space at the same time with each other. So that door swing both ways. I ain't saying I'm too good for you. You ain't saying you too good for me, but maybe we just not at the place where we see eye to eye, or we're not vibing on the same vibrations, or we don't have the same energy, and it's okay. That don't mean that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But just be aware, and if you have to take inventory of people in your space or that's in your circle, then do that. But when you see those red flags, stop just letting them slide, and stop just sweeping them under the rug, and ignoring them, thinking they'll go away, because it's going to snowball. It's going to get way out of hand. So stop it while you can. Confront it or do whatever you need to do. And if people not at this place where they're ready to be mature, and they're not ready to take responsibility or accountability for their action or their role, and anything that's been misconstrued or misunderstood or misrepresented or whatever, then just walk away. Just walk away. Just walk away. I'm not doing tit for tat with you and all that stuff. I'm just cutting you off. Point blank, period. With that being said, guys, remember to always protect your energy. Again, thumbs up the video. Even if you're watching on a playback, consider subscribing to the channel. Help your girl get her 500 subscribers. Turn on your notifications so you'll be notified. I'm going to be starting a series, so call to action for all my ladies over 50. I want to start having dialogue and really just get a lot of more, women of age, because I'm over 50. And I have a lot of things that I believe that I can offer, bring to the table, and talk about with us mature women. I love my young people. Thank you all. Shout out to you guys. But I also want to try to resonate or reach, older. I think my demographic is from 35 to 45. I think my analytics told me. But I do feel like I have a lot to offer for us mature women over 50 plus, over 50 plus. And there's a lot of things that I want to talk about with us women over 50 plus. So yeah, guys, share the video, like the video, all that good stuff. With women, over 50, maybe your moms or your aunts or your neighbors or your co-workers, because I am going to probably this week begin doing some series, talking about grown folk stuff that, whether it's dealing with blended family or marriage, or even, healing, taking care of yourself, giving yourself some self-care, some self-love, a lot of things I just want, even dealing with our children, things of that nature. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tapping in. I hope this message resonated with some of you guys. I hope you found it to be insightful or helpful, or that you just, gather something from my experience, and to really just be intentional about the people that are in your space, or the people that you are allowing to come into your space, whose intentions are not pure, are not good, and they really don't care one way or another if you succeed or not. So just be aware of people like that. It's the least of those, because it was happening in my situation. It was the least that I thought, and he was the one that absolutely, stabbed me in the back. So it's all good. It's all good. But seriously, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I don't take it lightly. You tapping in, that you tune in, that you watch the video on the playback. I'm still trying to figure out, even on the lives, how to go back and read the comments so that I can reply to you guys. It don't come in my notification. So if I have omitted or have not responded to any of the comments that you left in the line, I'm trying to figure out how to go back and tap into that so I can respond. Even in the community, I've gone in the YouTube community to see how to do that. It's just, so it wasn't that I was being neglectful or didn't want to respond. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. Be sure, guys, always protect your energy, beloved light. This is Goddess of Color, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, family. Peace and love.